Hello and welcome to another episode of Frightfully Forgotten. Today we're going to talk about 1988's Pin, another Canadian movie that's a psychological thriller based on the book by Andrew Snyderman. It's directed by Sandor Stern. He did the screenplay for the Amityville Horror. Cathay! David Hewlett is in this, and he was in Cube, which we reviewed. Cynthia Preston is in this too, and she's the voice of Princess Zelda in the 80s Legend of Zelda cartoon. That was the ending of the Super Mario Brothers. Fucking cheap.
Yeah, Captain Lou Albino.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah. All that rap music and
horrible.
Terry O'Quinn is in this as well. He's John Locke in Lost.
So the movie starts off in a very good, creepy way. There's a bunch of kids playing around outside. They notice this figure peering out a window in this big mansion. The wind is blowing and the drapes and the blinds. I was going to say it reminds me of Night Gallery in the shot where they pan out.
Yeah.
And the old man...
Yeah, he's all shivering next to a window.
Yeah. Kids are like, oh, is it a dummy? Oh, I think it's a dummy. No, it's real. So one kid is challenged to go look, and he climbs, gets to the window, and whatever is sitting there speaks to him. And then he freaks out and runs away. 15 years earlier is where the movie kind of really starts. So there's this family. We got two kids, Leon and Ursula. Their dad is small town doctor. The dad has a medical dummy, which he's named Pin. And he kind of uses Pin to calm down the kids a bit. He speaks to Pin, and he uses ventriloquism for Pin to speak back to him. The voice that he uses for Pin, number one, is creepy as fuck. The kids kind of spy in on their dad when he's working, and he's still talking to Pin.
Yeah.
And Pin talks back to him when there's no one else around.
Which is weird,
which is really creepy. Leon feels like Pin is kind of like his friend. He goes and talks to Pin when Dad isn't looking. Then he hears the nurse coming, so he kind of hides. And this nurse comes in. She closes the door, she picks up Pin, and she starts fucking Pin. Which is, like, so bizarre.
Yeah.
Pin has a wang, I guess, and Pin's wang is in the perfect position.
Yeah, it's like
for sex.
They don't make these medical dummies like that with a straight boner that's ready for...
Workable, ready boner. Leon witnesses this and
scares the shit out of him.
He's mortified.
The movie kind of fast forwards to
high school age.
High school, yeah. Ursula's very interested in sex, and he catches her having sex with one of the guys in the backseat of his car.
The car's really going. The car's really rocking, too.
Pulls a guy out and starts kicking him and beats him up. The dad has like a doctor convention or something to speak at. He needs his papers. He left them at the office. Before he gets in, he hears Leon talking to Pin.
And Pin's talking back.
And the dad right away realizes, like, he takes Pin, and you hear him talking to his wife. He's getting ready to put him in the car. He's like, well, I can use him for this demonstration here, and then I'll donate him to the society. They're late by this point, and so the dad is speeding. The twists and turns that the dad is taking, because he's going so fast, starts to lift Pin up, almost like he's alive. Yeah. The dad is seeing in the rear view mirror. He sees this. The sheet slowly starts to come off. The dad gets distracted. The car goes off this ramp and flips around. The parents end up dying in this car crash. The aunt kind of takes over the household, and Leon hates it. All of a sudden, though, Pin is in the household, too. Dressed Pin up in his father's suit.
Yeah. Not just any suit, though. His father's
suit. One night when she's sleeping, he comes in with Pin. He literally scares her to death.
Yeah.
And she has a heart attack. He also dresses Pin in like this mask.
And he looks like Christian Bale.
Christian Bale's first movie appearance.
Yes.
Leon starts to become even more controlling of Ursula. Ursula wants her own life, but Leon has other plans for her. Yeah. And you're going to have to watch the rest of the movie to see how it plays out with Leon and Pin.
Yeah. It is based off the book You've read the book.
Yeah, I read the book. The biggest difference, I think, between the book and the movie is that there's a lot more incestuous innuendo in the book.
The acting is superb in this movie. Well, David Hewlett is great in everything he's in. Terry O'Quinn as their father, I think, does a great job. Especially when he sees Leon speaking to Pin for the first time.
Yeah.
And you just see, like, this dread in his eyes. Like, oh my god, my kid is fucked.
Yeah.
And it's my fault.
Just an innocent thing,
Yeah.
too, right? Trying to be, helpful with children and stuff like that and end up fucking his kid right up.
Yeah.
Pin himself is a character, right?
Yeah. Jonathan Banks does a voice for Pin. And if you don't know who he is, well, you haven't been watching TV in the past decade. He's probably most famously known as Mike from Breaking Bad and from Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And he does the voice of Pin. And the funny thing is, he's got such a distinct voice.
Yeah, on its own.
On his own, his regular speaking voice. But the voice he does as Pin is nothing like that.
No, we were blown away. We're like,
Yeah.
what? He does it?
The Pin's voice is a big part of the creepiness of this movie.
Yeah, because it's like all soft and subtle.
And high-pitched a little bit. Music is this kind of like a music box type, very childish music.
Yeah.
Works very well because Leon is very childish. And he never really grew up in his brain, right? It even kind of signifies the time in Leon's life where he got mentally scarred.
Yeah.
Like that time of his life, that's kind of where he stayed.
Shows how impressionable children can be. Doesn't mean that all children are that impressionable, but they can be influenced.
It has a lot to do with family dynamic.
Exactly.
And this family is so weird. Like, the mom is super strict. The dad is weird. Like, another neat thing about this movie is how families deal with mental illness. We don't really get to see how the parents deal with it because they die too quickly, but, the dad does take charge right away. The first thing he does is gets rid of Pin.
Yeah, which maybe that was the wrong thing to do, though, right?
But Ursula knows there's something wrong with Leon. She doesn't want to put him in an institute. She just wants to let him be happy and live his life the way that he wants to live it in his head. But is that the right choice? You're in denial.
Yeah.
You don't want to admit that your brother's nuts.
This movie has a wicked twist at the ending, which we're not going to reveal.
A twist that your brother used to quote improperly.
Yeah, it was wrong, because we always said that quote.
Yeah.
And then, watching it the other day, I was like, wait, never said that.
That's not in the movie. Kind of is, but not really.
He was probably drunk.
Yeah. Being a Canadian kid looking at the horror section in the VHS store, this was always like a standout cover.
I remember always thinking in the movie store, what's under that?
Yeah.
And that was always intriguing, but we never ever rented the movie.
The Showcase channel in Canada here played it in the 90s quite a bit, so that's where we first watched it.
I taped it off Showcase.
Oh,
Yeah.
Please, if you're into psychological thrillers...
Oh, this is a big one.
Even Hitchcock films. This movie's kind of very Hitchcocky. Please check out Pin. It's amazing. It's a good pacing, good atmosphere. If you like movies like Changeling, it's kind of got a kind of atmosphere of Changeling, and it's Canadian as well.
Yeah.
Dead Silence, because the whole dummy aspect, and kind of like, ooh, is the dummy really alive? Check out Pin. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
No, you won't at all. No, it's definitely a forgotten gem that you must check out.
Yeah. I miss Leon a great deal.
I miss Leon too, Pin. That's wrong.